Alright, it's Wednesday now. My rear floor section comes today by UPS. I'm waiting to cut that stuff out so I can mark, or until I can officially mark exactly what the panel will cover itself. Today my goal is to get the outer rocker panel either in or ready to be in, and to make some kind of patch for this. I'm going to end up cutting along this crease here, and there's another crease I can follow here, and then I just have to leave a little bit so I can bend it over and re-spot weld it to the B pillar. Looks like there was a lip along here. I might just leave it a sharp edge and then just weld it to the outer rocker panel, which, as far as I could tell, this dog leg may have never been actually attached to the outer rocker panel. The other side looks like there was just a little bit of sealant there from the factory. The other side's better, or in better shape than this one is. And then I'm going to have to make a little piece to go here, and then I could fit the outer rocker panel, burn that in, hopefully, and then I have to do something to fix this up. Yeah. And just like that, presto, there's a piece of metal there. Now, it's nowhere near perfect, and a professional auto body mechanic would probably laugh at it, but it's in there. A little bit of Bondo along the seam, a little bit of Bondo over here and whatnot to smooth out the contour. And then with this on there, and then that back where it's supposed to go. Honestly, you'll probably, unless you're really looking for it, just passing by, you wouldn't know it's there. But at least there's no rot as well. Alrighty then. Next thing to do is figure out how I want to fit this in here. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I made a slice here, which on the view panel is this line right here. I will end up cutting off the top half of it up until this point, and I'll leave it go up, and I'll let it go down, and then to match this, I'll probably have to come back down and go across, and that'll allow me to weld along my seam here, and then I will probably drill holes here to do spot welds all the way along the inner rocker panel. If you're wondering, the air flange tool, or air flare tool, air flange rather, and the / air punch that I bought from Harbor Break did exactly that. It broke on me. It was doing fine to punch the holes in my floor pan up there, and then I went to do this flange up over here, which it did, but then right after that it just ceased to work. It's rated for 16th inch thick steel. This is 16th inch thick. Sure, it's the maximum it's supposed to handle, but it should be fine. Turns out it's not. So I lived without it before, I can live without it again. I'll just have to go back to using a drill bit to drill holes for this sort of thing. It's unfortunate because that air punch was much quicker, but it is what it is, I guess. So, I'm going to do some measurements, figure out where I want to cut, do my cutting, fit it in place, tack it in. At some point I'll bring it back in. Sometimes I get distracted and do forget to pull out the camera, like yesterday, or the last video you watched anyways. I ran into the situation where I had to do something to keep the Jeep from folding too much, so I kind of put the camera down at that point. But today's much more relaxed, so it should be good to go. So somehow I've managed to make the rocker panel manifest itself into the area where a rocker panel is supposed to go. It's definitely not perfect. It's subpar from what you'd expect from a professional auto body shop, I admit. Like I've said before, I make no claims at being an auto body expert or anything, but for some dude in a driveway who had a welder, you know, it's alright. You just looked at it real quick, you wouldn't notice. Is that necessarily a good thing? Sure. But it's in there. There's no more rot in the rockers anyways. The rear floor still needs to get done, and the other side needs to get done. But I need to clean all my welds up and then put some Bondo on this rear panel here to smooth out the transition between the old dogleg area to the new dogleg area, and seal it up and do something about priming it at least, and then at some point I gotta paint it too. But progress is made somehow. So that is my carpet right there that I pulled out. This is all of the sound deadening that was under the bottom of it that over the years has absorbed water and now has absorbed rust. So that's not going back in. The carpet, however, will go back in. I just need to clean it really good and put it back into place. Green Santa Claus also delivered me my rear floor pan. I just quickly put it in here to see how well it fits and what I'll have to do to cut it to fit it. It is extra long. It actually overlaps with the front part, so I'm going to cut that back a little bit and mesh it better with the front panel. I'll probably leave a little bit of overlap on them. I might not, I haven't decided yet. And then I just drew a quick line over there so I knew about how much metal I was working with when I started to cut out the rear floor, which is what I'm going to end up doing tomorrow. And I also quickly made up a seat bracket to replace the rotted one that came out of the Jeep. I'm also about completely out of argon, so tomorrow morning I'm probably gonna run out and take care of that real quick. But that about does it for this day. Give us a like, subscribe, and come back for more. Keep working.